Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Now, following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson, that'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
They'll run with Henry, and the stop will come inside the 5.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost against that defense, didn't it?
And he will force Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. They'll run here with Ingram. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now it's Henry. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. A little jet sweep to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Jackson. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. And this one complete to Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now Jackson looking deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 51 yards. Both players had a shot at getting the football there. It just seemed like he wanted it more.
And able to react a little bit quicker because he understood what the route was. He understood the timing of when the quarterback might throw the football. The defensive backs often a half second behind.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Ingram. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, it's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 29, Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his first touchdown on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Got a man, it's Brown. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. This is Ingram. Ingram churning. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 30, 10, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this 3rd quarter. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Hill. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Again, they'll run with Ingram. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. Complete. Smith has it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. To throw is Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Jackson. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body.
And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack. Taken down at the 2. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to... Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Jackson back into his end zone. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He won't go down. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. Throwing is Jackson.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Jackson's going to throw it. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. It's a 39-yard attempt right hash. And his kick is good. And their lead will swell up to... A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Ravens, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next. You have too many players on your team. Choose which players you want to cut.
Give me some Ingram. It's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Mark Ingram, fresh off a big performance a weekend ago, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Denver Broncos. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. Now Jackson on first down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That's good for 28 yards.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Well, look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 10 carries, 72 yards. On second down now, it's Ingram.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
16 yards on that one and a Raven first. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes
and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Ingram. Ingram's got the first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. They begin the drive with Hill. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. Well, it's a shuffle pass and it's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a second down. They run from the pistol with Ingram. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. They go play action here on first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal.
With a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. Now it's Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24, and that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play that time for the Ravens. 49 yards. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to... And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown here in this first half. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Marquise Brown was the intended target. And it's 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Jackson on first down. Airing it out deep for Smith. It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. Powers through again. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the...
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar. Third quarter action, and this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson out to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
They'll roll him out right to the right side and complete to Hurst. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Pushes over him.
Now that's just not right.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 23. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Derrick Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry. We are in the 4th and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Ingram. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. One man in the backfield, that's Ingram on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, a 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate when he throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Now it's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Denver, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And
give me some Ingram. It's the coach. This is the 2021 season on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Mark Ingram, fresh off a big performance a weekend ago, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. So with that, let's get up to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. For the call, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Ingram. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. On 3rd down, Jackson being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Jackson now, escaping the pressure right. That was good. He's got a man, complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Now the offense getting set to take over the football here early on in the game, first quarter. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys. Already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
11 more on that one and another first down. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On first down, it's Ingram. Still going. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. 20, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram. Now following the touchdown, here comes this offense back out onto the field as they will take over with a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A handoff, it's Mark Ingram. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hayden Hurst. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he will force his way into the end. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Jackson throwing on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Jackson, he'll rifle this one deep. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 46 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
They'll run on first down. Ingram. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Touchdown, Raven. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. Now Jackson on the move to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They were trying to go to Brown once again. That'll bring up second down. 2nd and 10. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Looking to throw. Jackson stepping up. He'll try and run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. This will be caught by Brown. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. This will be caught once again by Brown. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they... So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Ravens, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk.
Give me some Ingram. It's the coach. This is the 2021 season on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Mark Ingram, fresh off a big performance a weekend ago, as it'll be the LA Chargers.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. To throw is Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson throwing here complete to Boyle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Flush to his right. He may try, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 17 yards. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the gun, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Fighting his way through contact. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown. So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less. Now Jackson back into his end zone. Steps away. He's going deep for He's got a man. Complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. So following the fumble, this offense will get another shot at it as they quickly head back onto the field. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
And maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. A first down carry for Henry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Henry. Oh, he sheds himself free. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Here we go.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Jackson. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now Jackson on 1st down. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now Jackson on 1st and 10. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. To throw is Jackson. He'll rifle this one. Got man, it's caught inside the 10. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Steps away to his left. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Jackson will throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 1-yard touchdown reception. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. Throwing is Jackson. Forced out to his left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The first play of the 2nd half, a big success, over 30 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the 2nd half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Here's Jackson to throw. And an alley to run. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a 1st down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. You know what? I know it's 4th down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead, but don't you have to have a little bit of that?
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They go play action here on first down. He'll run it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Ingram again. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. On first down, it's Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Here's Jackson rolling to his right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. This is Henry. Still on his feet. And an alley to run. Derrick Henry all alone. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 76 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. But what we just saw, we've seen a lot of broken. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. They'll run on first down. Ingram. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
27 yards there, a first down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Casey Hayward makes the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong, whatever you call.
Could it be an early Super Bowl preview? Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, the two teams with home field advantage if the season were to end today, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Green Bay Packers. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they've been the talk of the NFL so far. 9 wins in their first 9 games.
And some people subscribe to the theory that a loss might not be the worst thing for them. They've had it easy all year long. How would they do handling adversity?
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Come on, come get some. Come get some. Come on, come get some. Here,
Jackson on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Ben, I think we can see early on.
This is caught inside the 15.
get ready, get ready, get ready.
Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point because
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Jackson. And this one complete to Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Ingram again, a first down carry. He's got the first down here inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. On first down, it's Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram. So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they're rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Jackson now. It's complete to Brown, right side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. To throw again on second down. Jackson looking right sideline. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. Now it's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Ingram's got the first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage if he has just... Now Brown, oh, he lost the football. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Now Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry. So after giving up the touchdown, now what can this offense do? Can they strike back? We'll see. 1st and 10. Looking here for Smith downfield. And got his man complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will get the lead up to 14. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll run on 1st down. Ingram, and he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards up. The pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ingram.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
On 1st down, it's Henry. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 39, Jackson over the middle here to Brown. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. Jackson got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Throwing on first down. Jackson to the right side and complete to Hurst. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Throwing again on second down. Jackson.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play.
There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. They'll run with Henry. Oh, good move. And now running right through it. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now it's Jackson. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. They'll run on first down. Ingram. But he breaks through another tackle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. They begin with Henry. He's got a first down past the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that...
Derrick Henry all alone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 20 on the year as the Ravens push further out of... A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore...
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Ingram's got the first down and more. And he gets this one down to the 24. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Marking. This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. A good game there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 27 yards there, a first down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Back to throw. Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 19. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry. So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right. He's got a man. Complete. A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jackson steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. With a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. Ingram. The tackle made by Blake Martinez. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. On second down and 4, Jackson, and he will find Hurst in the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
To throw is Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So it's not an NFL. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. They start the second half with Hill. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place. Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. In for this. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Now Jackson on first down. They'll roll him out right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 46 yards. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal. Good yardage on first down. Now can they... And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. Rolling to his right. This will be caught by Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. On first down, it's Ingram. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop. 7 yards there and a first down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jackson now, throwing on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. Here's Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 6 yards away. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll run on first down. Ingram. He'll have a first down past the 40. Cuts back right. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And down to the 28-yard line. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And now running right through it. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. They begin the drive with Hill. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another. This thing is ugly. The perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Indy.